I'm your mother. I have the right, she said after secretly draining $41,000 from my savings to fix my brother's debt. I made one call that silenced her. I'm 32M, accountant, the responsible son, the one who saves, plans, doesn't gamble on risky business ideas. That label followed me my whole life. My brother was always a dreamer. Big ideas, big risks, big promises. Guess which one of us ended up with stable savings? 3 years ago, after my father passed, I added my mother to my savings account. It was a joint account with right of survivorship. I did it because she said she didn't understand online banking and wanted access in case something ever happened. I was grieving. I trusted her. Every dollar in that account came from my paycheck. She never deposited anything into it. Fast forward to last year. I log into my bank account before work and almost dropped my phone. Balance, down $41,000. Not pending, not a hold. An authorized transfer joint account holder. There was only one other name on that account. I called my mother immediately. Did you move $41,000 out of my savings? Yes. No hesitation. No confusion. For what? For your brother. He was in trouble. What kind of trouble costs $41,000? Business debt. His trucking company. He was drowning. I had to sit down. My brother had asked me for money months before. I told him no. I offered to help him review contracts, negotiate with creditors, make a plan. I said I wouldn't just hand him cash. He called me selfish. My mother said I didn't understand family. Now this. You took my savings without telling me. I'm your mother. I have the right. That line stuck. No, you don't. I carried you for 9 months. I raised you. Your brother needed help. You're doing fine. You have a good job. What were you saving for? For my future. He's your brother. So that gives you the right to empty my account? You wouldn't have helped. So I did what had to be done. I hung up before I said something I couldn't take back. I went straight to the bank and asked for a manager. She pulled up the account, confirmed it was joint, confirmed the transfer went to my mother's personal account at the same bank. Can you reverse it? Not without her authorization, she said. Joint account holders have equal access to funds. Legally, the bank did nothing wrong. That's when I realized this wasn't criminal theft. It was worse. It was betrayal wrapped in legal paperwork I had signed. I called a lawyer friend, laid everything out. He asked one key question. Did your mother ever contribute to that account? No. Were those funds intended as a gift to her? Absolutely not. He explained something I didn't know. Even though a joint account gives equal access, courts can look at who actually funded it. If one party contributes all the money and the other withdraws it without consent, there can be grounds for a civil claim like unjust enrichment or breach of fiduciary duty, especially if the joint status was for convenience, not shared ownership in practice. It wasn't automatic, but it wasn't hopeless either. That same evening, my mother showed up at my apartment. You went to the bank, she said. Yes. You embarrass me. I asked about my money. It's your brother's money now. No, it isn't. He would have lost everything. He signed those contracts. He trusted the wrong people. And I'm supposed to pay for that? Yes. She said it like it was obvious, like gravity. You've always thought you were better than him. No, I just don't sign things I can't afford. Then the tears came. You're going to see your own mother? If you don't return the money, I will file a civil case. You wouldn't dare. Try me. The next few days were chaos. My brother started texting. You're really going to drag Mom to court? Give the money back. It's already used. That fast. Creditors. That sounded convenient. Then extended family got involved. Calls about how I was humiliating her. How money isn't worth family. Funny how none of them offered to write a $41,000 check. I filed a civil lawsuit in county court for unjust enrichment and breach of fiduciary duty. We attached bank statements showing every deposit into that account came from my payroll. Years of records. 0 contributions from her. We included texts where I refused to fund my brother's business, where she said, "We'll figure something out," We requested a temporary order preventing further transfer of the funds from her personal account until the hearing. She was served at home. She called screaming, "You're destroying this family. You moved $41,000 without telling me. I did what a mother does." No, you did what someone does when they think they won't face consequences. At the hearing, she brought my brother. They had a lawyer who argued that as a joint account holder she had equal ownership. My lawyer agreed that she had access, but argued there was no evidence of donative intent. The funds were solely mine. The account was joined for convenience. That matters. The judge asked her directly, "Did you inform your son before transferring the funds?" "No." "Did you believe he would consent?" "He should have." "That wasn't the question." Silence. "Did you believe he would consent?" "No." That answer mattered. A week later, the judge issued a ruling. The court acknowledged the joint account, but found that the funds were solely contributed by me, and there was no evidence I intended to give half ownership. The transfer constituted unjust enrichment and a breach of fiduciary duty. She was ordered to repay the full $41,000 plus court costs within 60 days. If she failed to pay, the judgment could be enforced like any other civil judgment, including liens. She called me that night. "You would put a lien on my house?" "I'm enforcing a court judgment." "You're punishing me." "I'm protecting what I earned." Here's the part that made everything worse. She didn't actually have the money anymore. My brother hadn't just paid creditors. He had used part of it to enter another deal with a partner who promised to refinance the trucking contracts. That partner disappeared. It was a scam. So a chunk of my $41,000 was gone for good. She had assumed this money would fix everything, and I would never fight back. Instead, she was now personally responsible for repaying a court-ordered judgment. 60 days passed. No payment. My lawyer moved to enforce the judgment. We recorded it, which allowed us to place a lien against her property. That meant if she tried to sell or refinance, the debt had to be satisfied. Interest also started accruing. Extended family went quiet. Eventually, she took out a home equity loan to pay the judgment. I received a cashier's check for $41,000 plus court costs and interest. I deposited it into a new savings account in my name only. No joint holders. No for convenience. That should have been the end. It wasn't. I later found out that when my father passed, he left a life insurance policy. It was split between the three of us. My mother had convinced my brother to invest his portion into the trucking venture. She told him he was the man of the house now. She pushed him into that risk. When it failed, she decided I would be the safety net. That was the pattern. Create pressure. Use guilt. Move money around. Then expect me to clean up the mess because I'm responsible. We done. Talk much now. Holidays are awkward but civil. My brother avoids serious conversations. My mother acts like the court case was a misunderstanding instead of a boundary. I don't regret filing the lawsuit. I regret ever thinking adding someone to my bank account was harmless. People keep asking if it was worth it. Yes, because the alternative was teaching them that they could take whatever they wanted from me as long as they wrapped it in family. Blood doesn't mean access. And love doesn't mean entitlement. If you're thinking about adding someone to your bank account just in case, understand what joint actually means. It means they can legally drain it. I learned that the expensive way.